Hello guys, in this video we will discuss why Cp is always greater than Cv. As we all know, Cp is specific heat of any substance at constant pressure and Cv is specific heat at constant volume. So for that, let's assume a piston cylinder device. This is our piston. From first law we all know, if we give some amount of heat to this gas, suppose there is gas inside the piston, then some part of it will go to increase the internal energy and the remaining part will do some work. So if we add some heat, then some part will increase the internal energy of this gas and some part of that heat will go doing some work. So suppose we have provided 100 kilojoule heat and let's suppose 70 kilojoule of that heat will utilize in increasing the internal energy and 30 kilojoule goes to work done. So also we know Cp, specific heat of substance, can be defined as amount of heat required to raise the temperature by 1 degree. So what we can understand from this, and we also know that for ideal gas internal energy is the function of temperature only. So we want to increase the temperature of gas, then the most of part of heat should go to this part, because temperature will change by internal energy only, work done will not change temperature. So if more of this heat will go changing in internal energy, then we will require less heat. For example, first consider constant volume case. If volume is constant, then we all know work done will be zero. So if work done will be zero, then from first law Q equals to delta U. So all the supplied heat will go to change in internal energy only. Suppose we have supplied 100 kilojoule and all of it will go to change in internal energy, which means all of this heat will go changing the temperature. For constant pressure, work will not be zero. So suppose we have supplied 100 kilojoule heat, then some part will go to this and some part will go to this, and this part again will be responsible for temperature change. So we can see that delta T1 will be greater than delta T2, because 100 kilojoule heat is going, energy is going to change this temperature, and here it is only 70 kilojoule energy. So obviously delta T1 will be greater than delta T2. So in reverse way, if we want same temperature change, both cases, then we will require less heat in part 1. Suppose we want a temperature change of 14 both, and for 40 we need 60 kilojoule of internal energy. Suppose 60 kilojoule of internal energy. So we require only 60 kilojoule of heat. But in this part, if we want 40 degree change in temperature and we will require 60 kilojoule of internal energy, then we have to provide heat greater than 60 kilojoule, because some part will go to work done. So suppose we will require 70 or 80 kilojoule. So we can see that for same temperature change we require more heat in constant pressure process. It is obvious because some part is going in work done also. In constant volume all the heat directly goes to delta U and no part will go to work done. So more heat is required in constant pressure process for same temperature change, and that is the definition of specific heat, means what amount of heat required to change the temperature 1 degree. So if more heat is required, then specific heat will be more. So we can say that specific heat at constant pressure will be greater than specific heat at constant volume, because more heat will be required in constant pressure process. So if you have any doubt, you can comment. Thank you.